चेकिंग 1 2 चेक चेक। योगेश जी थोड़ा और वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज कीजिएगा।
है तो जैसे आएंगे उनको
Hello. Hey, 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 hey.
this is very hello hello yeah this is much clearer. Not at all, not at all. It's a pleasure and honor meeting you, sir. You do know that antiques have the most value.
check, 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 1, 2, 2, hey, hey, check, 1, 2.
Hello, hello. Is this clear? The S's are a little sibilant. Hello? Hello, hello. Is this position better? Yogeshji, is this position better? Yeah? Hello, hello. Am I clear? I'm clear in the audience, I guess that's where it matters. Okay. So I think this is fine. Can I hand it back to your person? I think the other set needs to be fixed, but there's an echo and some interference here. Yogeshji, there's an echo here.
Check, 1, 2, 2, check, 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 check. Hello, hello, hello. Check, 1, 2, check, check, check. Hey, check, hey.
And
Hey, 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 hey.
Greeting, ladies and gentlemen. I request everyone to please start settling down. We shall begin shortly.
Check, mic check, 1 2 1 2. Check. Check. मेहजान चालू है?
Request everybody to please settle down. The show shall begin shortly. Okay, got it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Request everybody to please put your phones in the silent mode. We will begin in 30 seconds. The program will begin in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. -1, -2, -3, -2, -1. I would like to begin with a quote. I would like to begin with a quote.
Oh,
Okay, thank you. I don't think they deserve the clap. This child labor, no? Worst kind of labor to have. I'd like to begin with a quote. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Since it's a quiz contest, any of the kids know who said this? It's okay, I looked it up on the internet myself this morning, so don't be too hard on yourselves. No? Anybody else from the audience who knows who said this? Principals? Mahatma Gandhi? See, that's why they are our principals. Yes, Mahatma Gandhi said this quote, and I can't think of any better quote which will describe our audience here today. The first line, live as if you were to die. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. All the gentlemen who I see up over here in the uniforms, they're ladies, they live by this principle, don't they? Yes? Our wonderful academics at the back, children, journalists, you all live by the other one. Learn as if you were to live forever. But I see right now in this wonderful hall that there's a combination of both those thoughts. And that is what comprises our nation. Today is the 16th of August, the day after our Independence Day. Can we just clap for ourselves for being independent today? We're a proud nation, aren't we? Look at how wonderful we're all dressed. This is why I love army events. We all dress up so smartly. Civil events, chaddi chappal might work, but you have to wear formal clothes in the army. Ladies, ma'am, welcome, welcome. How lovely all of you all look. Can I just first take a moment and appreciate everybody over here for coming. Can we just get a big hands for our students, the youth of the nation? You know, when I was the youth of the nation, now though I'm almost halfway there, I was the youth of the nation and I used to feel, why is so much importance given to us children? Hum kaun hai? We're to minions, no? Now when I come over here, I realize why that importance is given to us. Because the stuff that adults couldn't figure out, they leave it to you all to figure out. Thankfully, the Indian Army, yes, you really clap to that one. We have today with us students, principals from 36 states. Is that right? Is there full attendance of 36 states? Wow. Are all of them with the red? All of y'all, welcome, welcome. Y'all look so lovely. When I was a child, I used to be horridly scared of y'all. But now all of y'all look so good. Welcome. We have Paramveer Chakra's awardee with us. Yadavji, namaste. It is such an honor. Yes, please. नहीं sir, आप ऐसे कीजिए, आप बैठिए. May I request everybody to please stand up because sir आपकी मर्जी, आपको खड़े होना है, ये आपकी बारी. Paramveer Chakra of the Kargil War. We salute you, sir. Thank you. Jai Hind. Oh, I missed that. Two of them. Oh, I'm so sorry. Jai Hind, sir. Sanjay Kumar, sir. Sorry, sir. थोड़ा समय हो गया मुझे आर्मी से, but welcome. मैं आपसे एक सवाल पूछ सकता हूँ? मैंने सुना है कि जिसको परमवीर चक्र मिला हो, तो यूजुअली आर्मी में क्या होता है कि पहले जूनियर सल्यूट करते हैं और फिर सीनियर सल्यूट करते हैं. ऐसी कोई परंपरा है इस मेडल के साथ कि अगर आपको मेडल मिला है तो आपके सामने कोई भी सीनियर हो, वो पहले सल्यूट करेंगे, फिर आप सल्यूट करते हैं और फिर वो वापस सल्यूट करते हैं. और वो पहला सल्यूट जो सीनियर देते हैं, किसके लिए होता है? वो मेडल के लिए होता है. Wow. Did you all know that? Yeah, these are the nuances of the army which make it great. Thank you, sir. Yadav ji, आप शादीशुदा हैं? घर पे झगड़ा होता है बीवी के साथ? होता है? I'll be more scared of the person who's willing to fight with the Paramveer Chakra. Send it to your family. Send it especially on that WhatsApp group where you get only forwards of good morning and good night. And while your phones are out, can I please request you all to put it on silent? Yes, already done? Orders been given by the top boss? Fantastic. Good. General Shekhawat, sir. Myself, Siddhant Karnik, son of Brigadier M.S. Karnik, 4 Mech Infantry, IC 27228A. Sir, when we were children, this is another nuance of the army which you all might not very much know about. There's always that army officer who would, in the mess, when us bacha party would be running on, do some naughty things, he'll call us up and say, hey, bloody you, come here, bloody boy. Who's your father? Sir, myself, Siddhant Karnik, son of Major Mahesh Karnik, 4 Mech Infantry, IC 27228, sir. The officers, at least in 1st Sikh, which my father belonged to, had a tradition called the tabu system. I don't know if the other regiments follow that, but in this kind of a system, if a child of the officer did something wrong, and that's many a thing in the army, if he did something wrong, they were fined with a beer bottle, which at the end of the Sunday, everybody would come and all the kaddus would be listed and there would be a party that comes. Does this happen in the other regiments also, sir? Or is it only a 1st Sikh trait? This is a fantastic, see, the first quote of live as you were to die tomorrow, followed by the army. It's so true because nobody parties as hard as the army folk. Right, sir? I've been in the civil and I don't see anybody partying and as hard as the army folk do. To introduce myself a little better, my father, is where I need to begin with. He got commissioned into 1st Sikh, 4 Infantry it's known as, highest decorated unit in the Commonwealth. They love to put that, no sir? do they do that every time any 4 guy you may meet? Do they always put that across? Right? They put it in your face. They deserve it. And I think that's why they completely do. Then the 4 he took over command of 13th Sikh. Then he took over 31 Infantry Brigade. A lot of ceremonial swords were given because he was in the Sikh regiment, and a lot of other things. I'm wearing his cufflinks right now. Part of it are these 2 ceremonial swords which are hung up on the wall. My grandfather was in the British Army. He fought in the Burma War. In the Burma War, he chanced upon, his entire platoon was killed off. It was him and 2 Japanese officers, 1 officer, 1 soldier who he battled. He killed the officer. The soldier surrendered by giving his sword. My grandfather was injured, so he made the soldier carry him to his POW camp, carried both the swords with him. And now, right now at my home, I've got my grandfather's swords, my father's swords. On top of that, I have my great-grandfather. He was in the police and he was awarded the Rao Sahib. An interesting story about that is my grandfather slapped his CO during the revolution. Very unheard of, but he did. Faced the punishment and joined the freedom struggle, was a freedom fighter. And in this freedom fighting, my great-grandfather put my own grandfather to jail. This is a testament of the duty that goes beyond. The army follows a duty of Paltan first, family second. Right, sir? That's a huge statement. That's something that maybe we civilians could learn from. I say this because right now in this wall of fame at my home, I always thought I didn't join the army, so my contribution would be like a butter knife or something. But my career offered me something else. It's been 20 years, I've been an actor. My last project, a film called Adipurush. I was different there, I have a beard. Had anybody watched that movie? Adipurush? Yes, 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 yes. Just the day before, yes. There, I know I look so different without the beard. It's the styling and the makeup and all of that. It's trending on Netflix right now, and I was given Vibhishan's sword. And that is what is going to be put on the wall as my contribution to this glorious family that I belong to this wonderful organization called the Indian Army that they belong to. And it gives me great honor over here to be present and welcoming all of y'all. I see another hero present amongst us. Made in Heaven? Wow, you really know your entertainment, huh? Mrs. Hussain, hello. His last episode. He is a great character. He's fantastic. I'm so glad he knows. Trending number 2 on Amazon at the moment is Neil Bhopalam's show, Made in Heaven. Yes, please. There's 2 things we have in common. Neil, would you like to come join us up on stage? So, Neil Chandra Mohan Bhopalam, his talent is as big as his name. He's been an actor for 20 years. He's been a theater actor for more than that. We know him, we love him, and he's here today to help us on this very special day. He also, ladies and gentlemen, is the Grand Master of the quiz, of the Indian Army quiz. So please give him a very warm welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're looking very smart, my friend.
I have to match up to you, brother.
Ah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am so nervous and very excited to be here, and I don't think I already know that this day and what the faces I see, till my last breath, I will not forget this day. I think to be able to be alive at the same place at the same time binds us in one common status and one love. And that's what we're going to use today's celebration with the quiz show
Yes.
to sort of use this as a starting point and develop a culture that would make a happy nation.
Wow.
So thank you.
Wow. With that voice, you say anything, it'll sound grand, man. Thank you, Neil.
Thank you very much. My real voice is like this.
I have to also say it's a year of 2020, 22 for me. 20 years of having been in the army, 20 years of being an actor, and 22 years of having this man as my best friend.
This is true. This
We
is
were
true.
in college together.
Jay,
We started theatre together, and after 22 years, I guess,
22 years.
we've been given the opportunity of working together.
Yes.
And that is all thanks to the Indian Army for getting families together like this. Thank you.
Vikram and Shreya, thank you so very much.
Thank you, Vikram and Shreya. Neil, I want to
Yes.
ask you a question, if I may. You were a complete civilian? Yes,
Yes.
we army people like to categorize you all that way.
Yes.
Yeah. When you first came into the army, set up, and you visited my family,
Yes.
could you just say what you felt about that
Absolutely.
experience?
I would, if I have a couple of minutes.
Yes,
definitely.
please.
I would, Siddhant, you know, I'm eternally grateful to you and your family for introducing me to the wonderful culture of the army. And for me, what I noticed was that the army is as close as royalty as it gets. In terms of, there is a purpose to life, there is discipline, and I believe you as families live very well. It is not an obscenely lavish, burning money kind. Check. Okie dokie. Good to go.
Good to go.
But it is a mindfulness that you have, and it's ingrained in you, which is, until I was 20, I had no exposure to that lifestyle. And now I'm a father, my son. Now, and I would love him to just be a little more exposed to the culture that you have, because I think it makes us want to be better people. You get one life, and it would be nice if we make the most of it. So yes, thank you.
And that's precisely what the quiz competition is all about. It is to bring in the awareness which us civilians have, and bring awareness to the development and to the many things that the Indian Army contributes to.
Right.
Yes, we live like royalty, but I got to be honest, their bank balance is like royal stag.
That's my dad's go-to drink.
That
Yes, 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 yes. No, but it is a mindfulness that that one has.
Neil,
Yes.
I think we have a little more time? Are we on schedule? We are on schedule. Because I'd like to pick his brain a little more. You're a very funny man, and I'm sorry to put this pressure on you.
It's only you and my mother who think I'm funny. Go for it.
Is there any peculiar thing that you did notice about the army which you found was hilarious? Can you be honest and not be shot today? Is that, yeah? Only this kind of shooting is allowed.
What? Why are you getting me into trouble again?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, no.
We've had some amazing experiences traveling together.
Yes.
There was this time when we were in Nagrota, maybe, and
Yes.
when we were traveling up towards Dharamsala,
Right.
and we had an escort with us in the AK-47,
Oh, yes.
which is the guns,
Yes.
and yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember that time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, you're talking about your dad? This
Yes.
is the first time I met your father.
Yes.
And
yes.
he was in uniform, and I was extremely, I was a little more afraid than I am now. Uncle Mahesh, God bless his soul, we met him. I had never met him in Bombay earlier, and I was tagging along with the family, and there was someone in the middle blocking our path, and your father just leaned out of the gypsy or the ride we were in, and he just casually moves his hand like that and gives him a tupply on the back. And this guy sees him, and the road just clears. And I was like, wow, I better not like piss off your father in any manner because this is going to be my fate. So yeah, it's hard love that you have.
And after that, when you got to know him,
Oh my God, yeah. This is what is fantastic, you know. I mean, okay, now I see what you're getting at, sir. The culture that you have is so fantastic, but because and my work is that of an actor, which I believe is a professional human being. I observe human nature and I present it given the opportunity. The what you wear, ladies and gentlemen, is a costume. You know, it is threads to represent and wander through society. And what you wear, then people can tell where you're from and what you have achieved. But when you remove that and you're not represented by that, it is just a basic human being and the basic simple lifestyle that it is. And somehow I mean, Shakespeare would always talk about the to be or not to be, right? Which is like the Hamlet brain that we all have. You never know. It's always, and I think for me now that's what keeps you sane, that constant sort of push and pull. To sort of respect that we are at the end of it, there is a simpleness in each one of our beings and souls, and yet there is a contribution to society and mankind that one takes to sort of contribute and leave a mark. Very quickly, I do want to say this. We were in Kanha and we were going through this the forest to see a tiger. So everyone's like, "Arey, tiger, tiger, tiger." So I'm like, "Okay, what happens if you don't see a tiger?" They said, "Go in, just enjoy the forest because anyway, someone doesn't get to be in a forest like that." The last day we were there, folks, I saw a tree which was really big, and there were these marks, this huge, like claw marks. So we stopped and we asked him, "What is this?" And he said that those were the marks of the tiger. And I kid you not, seeing the mark that the tiger left behind was far more scary than seeing the tiger. And I think that therein lies something for us to hold on to and walk through this life.
wow, that is really good. That kind of represents who the Indian Army officers look like in perception as well. But I think after you get to know them, they are really heart warm, loving, strict,
Yes, yes,
but valuable parents.
absolutely.
Thank you, Neil. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please congratulate Neil on being the Grand Master of the Indian Army quiz. Thank you, sir. Could you
Thank you,
please
sir.
take your seat? Thank you. I'd like to invite the Adjutant General over, please, General C.B. Punappa, to give us a welcoming speech. Can we also, yeah, please. He's a general. Sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Siddhant. Thank you, Neil. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Chief of the Army Staff, it's my proud privilege and honor to extend a warm welcome to all our guests, heads of distinguished education bodies, principals, teachers, students from schools across the country, senior officers, veteran and serving, celebrities, and our friends from the media. Thank you for being here with us today for the launch of the first ever national quiz competition of the Indian Army. A lot of planning and thought goes into creating a competition of this magnitude, and we have had the benefit of very wise counsel of our chief, who has been deeply involved in defining the vision for this competition. And we're grateful to him for his encouragement and guidance. We are happy to have the President AWA, Mrs. Pandey, here present, the Vice Chief of Army Staff and Mrs. Suchindra, senior officers, past, General Mehta, General Satish Nambiar, General Hasnain, and the former Adjutant Generals, General Rakesh Sharma, General Harsh Gupta, General Arvind Datta, And I want to just recount the two main aims of this particular quiz competition. Much of it has been spoken by Siddhant in his humorous introductions. We aim to reach out and engage with maximum students across India in line with the Indian Army's support to nation building. As part of the various events related to the Kargil Vijay Rajat Jayanti, we also intend to spread the word of this great and glorious victory and make our children across India aware of the sacrifices there. This particular ceremony is a short one, which includes unveiling the brand of the competition, the logo, and followed by a mock quiz. I do not want to stand between you and the excitement ahead. Before I step aside, I would like our guests to know that we have with us today our two Paramveer Chakras who were earlier awardees, who were earlier introduced. Subedar Major Honorary Captain Yogendra Singh Yadav, Paramveer Chakra, retired. Please join your hands for him. Subedar Major Sanjay Kumar, Paramveer Chakra. Both of them fought in the Kargil War, and we also have with us a large number of distinguished senior officers and veterans. We also thank that we have the conduct of this particular whole quiz competition is with the help from the Army side, with the Army Welfare Education Society, and with the support of our partners of the ARB and Times Group. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. How are we feeling, kids? How are we feeling? Shy? Okay. Want to start off with the quiz? Yes? Have you been given the questions before? No, good. Good answer, even if you did get it. Nice. Before we start with the mock quiz, it's very important that we unveil what this is about. So I request General Pandey, Mrs. Ma'am. Wow, I got that completely wrong, didn't I? Mrs. Pandey, may I request you to please unveil, just by clicking, we've come very fast in life. No wires, no nothing, no buzzers.
Going beyond, it's not a mere phrase for us. It's an embodiment of our unwavering commitment. The kind of commitment which won us the Kargil War 25 years ago. We've always gone beyond our call of duty, leaving no stone unturned to ensure India's resounding success. From providing healthcare in desolate lands to igniting the flame of education in the remotest corners of our nation. By rescuing when disaster strikes and keeping peace when chaos looks to reign. We have gone beyond conventional norms to empower women both within and outside of the armed forces. From building bridges when the world seeks to destroy them, to protecting nature so that it can protect our future. Today, we want to go beyond by reaching out to the future of India. And to do that and commemorate the 25th anniversary of the Kargil War victory, we are bringing a nationwide initiative. An initiative which will engage girls and boys across India. Through exciting activities in the years to come, these students will not only help build a better future for themselves, but also build a far stronger India. Today, we call upon the girls and boys of the nation to go beyond their classrooms with our first initiative, Battle of Minds, a quiz that will determine its winners through the strength of one's mind. Adding to the excitement, every iconic command will host the regional finals. What begins as a commemoration of Kargil Vijay Divas will continue till the Vijay Divas, completing the circle of victory. Join us in going beyond. Join us in empowering the next generation with Battle of Minds.
Wow. Wow. Battle of Minds. There was so much over there to take in. Principals, may I get a quick comment on how you feel about this? Anybody? Superb? Wow, just one word answers say so much. Fantastic. There is, one of the things which stood out for me, and it happened just this morning. I was watching the news, and Himachal Pradesh is going through a lot of floods, and the reporter was commenting over there, and in the background in the TV screen, I saw army jawans in the army uniform. And somehow I have to say, every time I see a visual of an army soldier, an Indian army soldier, there is a sense of peace, a sense of, okay, things will be good now. And this is our Indian army. It is there not just protecting us at the borders, but protecting us within our own country from calamities. So I think all of us present over here who are not in the army, we need to please get our hands together and thank these brave souls. It's incredible what they do. With the Indian quiz, the Indian Army quiz as well, in Battle of the Minds, I think this is the way for the army to reach out to us civilians and tell us and make them more human, because we've always had this, like Neil pointed out correctly, this tiger mark impression of what the army is. But it's also good to know that these tigers are gentle animals, soldiers, warriors as well, and they obey orders wonderfully. But speaking of that, I had a question, Mrs. Pandey. It is said that in the army, the wife of the officer is always one rank more than the officer. Is that true? Sir's not here, so that's why I'm taking the liberty to ask this question. You're too graceful, you don't need to answer that, thank you. But all the misses over here had a wide smile, so I think answer is understood. I would also want to comment on the wives, the Indian Army wives over here, the president of the AVA sitting over here. I've noticed as a child, my father used to go to exercises or even in Op Vijay and different places. He used to do his job, he used to do his duty, right? But his family used to be here, not knowing. That time there were no cell phones. There was no news up to date of, is he okay? And that's when the community of the wives would get together and support each other, support the family. And I feel as much as we credit the Indian Army, we need to also credit the Indian Army wives. So please, this is... you all truly are really made of something very different. Sorry, that was very from the heart. I wanted to share that. May I please invite the Vice Chief of Army Staff, General Suchendra Kumar, to please come up and give us an addressing speech. Thank you very much, sir. Can we please give a big round of applause? He's the big man himself.
Thank you. Good morning and Jai Hind to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to speak at the launch of the Indian Army National Quiz Competition 2023. I look forward to witnessing the coming together of brilliant young minds from across the country who would be participating in this event. In fact, the presence of some of the young scholars in the hall today has brought in an air of vibrancy and unbridled enthusiasm, which is distinctly palpable. The pursuit of knowledge is the bedrock for intellectual empowerment, and the significance of the drive to learn is most profound for students. In the endeavor to foster a knowledge-driven quest amongst the student community, we have given shape to the battle of minds in the form of this competition. I think a lot of thunder has been stolen in the movie that we made and the launch itself. The Indian Army National Quiz Competition commemorates 25 years of our victory in the Kargil War. The bravery of our officers and men who achieved victory in those barren high mountain peaks against a well-entrenched enemy stands testimony to the indomitable spirit of the Indian soldier. The competition rolls out this month, and we intend to conduct the national finals in December, coinciding with Vijay Divas, when we commemorate our victory in the 1971 war. So this event stands symbolically ensconced between two famous victories that are very close to our hearts. To our young minds who would be participating in the competition, I would like to say that your involvement is a testimony of your thirst for knowledge. You are about to begin an exciting journey that will challenge your minds, inspire cognitive curiosity, expose you to diverse subjects, push the boundaries of your knowledge, and cumulatively spark intellectual growth. Do cherish the experience, which I am sure shall be an enriching one for all of you. I wish the Indian Army National Quiz Competition a grand success. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, General Kumar. Thank you so very much, sir. Such an honor, sir. Thank you so much. I had the opportunity to go to Kargil. This is after we won the war. And we were escorted up into the Batalik sector in the Tiger Hill, and we climbed that. And I remember when I was climbing it, those stones, jagged rocks, a slip could have easily cut my leg. And immediately I started thinking, how? How did we win this? How did our soldiers overcome this? I mean, the enemy was up over there at quite an incline. All they needed to do was literally throw stones. And if I was climbing, it would hit and I would just fatally die. Forget guns, forget all the other ammunitions that they had. And I came back, I was very bewildered by this, and I asked the commanding officer over there at that time that, how did we win? I mean, this is treacherous terrain. We as civilians don't get to see this. We as media maybe don't cover this kind of a nuance which the Indian Army has to battle through as well. But the commanding officer at that time told me, the difference is, although Pakistan had the vantage point, the difference is that they fight with the officers at the back commanding the troops in front, whereas we fight with our officers leading and our troops following us. And this is why we won the Kargil war and every war that's come our way. And hopefully we don't see any more wars. You know, that's the thing that we all hope for. Shall we get started with the quiz? Yes? Yes! My friend over there seems very excited. Before I begin with the quiz, I'd like to introduce you to our quiz masters. Our quiz setter and quiz master, with specialization in all manner of knowledge events, have conducted over 3,000 quizzes, contests in India over the past 13 years. Of these, 2,000 have been in the age group of 10 to 16. Miss Sivachari, I am getting my names so wrong. I do apologize. Please forgive me. Miss Seema Chari is a quiz master, content creator, author, and one of the masterminds of this Indian Army quiz. An anchor, a media professional, and a co-author of 25 books. Please, soon as she settled her mic, welcome Miss Seema Chari. Check. Maybe a little closer. Yeah, okay.
Hello.
Yogesh,
Hello.
is it switched on, ma'am?
It is.
Can we have a?
Hello.
Do you want to use this instead?
Checked the mics.
Is it on from
Hello.
here? Yeah. Should
My
I?
apologies. Technology always fails us, you know. Except in the army, it fails us when you need it the most. And the simplest things.
Won't
Yeah.
count, करना है.
Is it on?
You'll have to take it out. Meanwhile, don't you settle this? Do you want my mic or I'll?
Is it on? Hello. Oh yes, it is.
Yes.
It is.
Can we give Yogesh, our sound guy, a big clap, please? Thank you, Yogesh.
Hey, I'm sorry. Just
How lovely.
Just
no,
a
it is
second before
for us
I
guys.
am mic'd up.
Yeah, we just need to be suited and we just
And
tuck,
then you
tuck,
can
tuck.
tuck the thing into your
Exactly.
pocket. Yeah, a sari is a little more demanding. Sorry.
But you look lovely and you're pulling it off.
Thank you
really
very
well.
much. Thank you very no more than the ladies in the audience. So I think they are far, far better dressed and definitely much more elegant. Thank you so much, Siddhant. And thank you for those kind words of introduction. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's the most distinguished set of audience members I have ever had the opportunity and the honor of conducting a quiz for. So thank you so much for being here, all of you. And it's really an honor and it's truly a prestigious event. Okay, so I'm blessed with a very loud voice. My husband always says so. So in case the mic goes off, I will just raise my volume and I think everybody will hear it. So with no further ado, we are on a very tight schedule. So I'm going to invite the teams that are going to play this inauguration quiz of Battle of Minds. So can we please give a huge round of applause to our teams? Students, can you please come up on stage? May I request the placards to be placed here for their names? Earlier this morning, we had a draw of lots so that we keep the surprise element so that neither the quizmaster nor the quiz participants know where they are in terms of order, and that way we keep that surprise element going. So may I ask team, thank you. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Can you also place the mic stands for them? Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Thank you very much. That was beautifully done. I think the civilian world could do with a little more discipline like this. If most events were like this, they would be so much better. So anyway, students, you are from various Army public schools, and I would like to thank your teachers for allowing you to participate in this quiz. So with no further ado, can you please find your place? So which team are you? Tololing. So find Tololing. Tololing, you are to my right. Which team, which did you pick? Jubar. Jubar is right here. Stage left. Okay, next team. Tiger Hill, right next to Jubar here. And the fourth team is Turtuk, and Turtuk is to my right. Great. So we will run this quiz in 4 rounds. I'm going to first ask the participants to introduce themselves and to tell us which school they're from. Okay, so can we start with Jubar? Is your mic on? Yes.
I'm Rudra
I'm Meher.
from APS DK, Dholakua.
APS Dholakua. Can we have a round of applause for our participants, please?
I'm Shreya,
I am Lakshya Taragi.
and we're from APS Shankar Vihar.
Okay, that's APS Shankar Vihar.
I'm Avika Singh, and I'm Anurag. We are from APS Delhi Cant.
Okay.
I'm Suhani Sharma.
The mic is working.
I'm Suhani Sharma
Okay.
And I am Deep Singh.
and we're from APS Noida.
All right. So 4 APSs, and to make sure that we don't communicate, miscommunicate with one another, you all have team names. Okay. These we don't need to introduce these team names to this particular audience. Okay. They are all deeply associated with the Kargil War. So I will henceforth call you as Team Jubar, Team Tiger Hill, Team Turtuk, and Team Tololing. Is that all right?
Seema.
Okay. Yes.
Seema, hi. Hi, I'm a bit of a civilian. I don't know the relevance of these. Could you please explain
I'm
to me
going
and my
to-
fellow media people?
That we will do as soon as we finish the quiz, if you don't mind, because I'm on a very tight schedule.
I
so
will
if it's
not
okay.
interrupt you anymore.
Yeah,
please.
yeah, I'm so sorry about that. So we will, because I've been given 20 minutes and I think I've already eaten up 5. So we will run through a quiz. When I say run through, it's going to be a very tightly and I hope high octane experience for everybody. We will run through it over 4 rounds. So teams, you are already aware of this. We've done a briefing before this. The first round will go clockwise, okay? So I will start with Team Tololing, then Turtuk, then Tiger Hill, and then Jubar. And the next round will go anti-clockwise, because clockwise and anti-clockwise are from my perspective here. Okay, so the second round this way, the third round this way, and the fourth round again this way. This way, what we do is we ensure everybody gets a fair chance to get the first question or to get the last question, whichever you prefer. Okay, so do I have a co-host? Neil. So my co-quiz master. Please give it up again for Neil Bhupalam. Thank you so much for co-quizzing this with me, Neil. Right, so we don't need cue cards really, because all the questions will turn up on the screen. So Neil, perhaps you could be on stage left and I'll be on stage right, so that everybody can take a look right
Yes.
at the screen. All questions will come up on screen except the last round, which will be rapid fire, which I will read off my cue cards. Okay, just to make sure that all of you are participating, we also have a lot of schools. Can we have the schools raising their hands? Schools that have come to attend. Okay, you are going to be the most participative part of the audience. So when I ask a question, I'm going to look at you. Only if you do not raise your hands will I ask other people in the audience to attempt an answer. For each round, we will have the first question posed to the audience. Okay, so Neil, do you want to start off, or should I do the first question and then you can do the next?
I will follow your lead.
You will follow my lead. All right, so let's start the quiz. Aman, are you ready? Okay, Aman is my co-quiz master. He's doing the most difficult part of this, and that is to run the quiz and to score. Okay, so let's take a look at the Battle of Minds launch quiz. So here is our first round. This round is called progressive. Progressive means we ask a question in the form of clues. You need to identify a certain something or a certain someone. Teams, you are aware of this, but I'm speaking to the audience now. And you will get a first clue. If you answer it by just reading that clue, you are brilliant and you get 20 points. If you want another clue, you can ask for it. I will give you a second clue. If you answer on the second clue, you get 10 points. And if you want a third clue, you will get 5 points if you answer at the end of that. And if you don't answer at the end of any of these clues, it's fine. You don't get any negative points. We move on to the next team. All right? But the first question is going to be asked to the audience. So can I have a volunteer from the audience, please, to take this question? Okay, this is the first question, so everyone's a little scared.
Shall I volunteer?
So,
I will get it completely wrong और उससे इन लोग की आत्मविश्वास बढ़ जाएगी.
this is a brave and courageous man, so best of luck, Siddharth.
Thank
Right,
you.
so
This is not staged at all, not scripted. I'm actually...
this is not, he has never seen the question, so I assure you this is entirely an act of courage. All right, so here is the first question and your first clue. Who is this spiritual warrior? So I want the name of a person, and he is considered a spiritual warrior. Therein lies some clue already, but here's your first clue. He was born in Patna whilst his father was visiting eastern India, but soon moved to the Shivaliks where he was educated. Do you want to hazard a guess?
Yes, I guess that I'm not a brave warrior, but a stupid guy to have volunteered for this.
If you
can
don't
I
want
can I
me-
get another clue? Yes,
Oh,
please.
yes, definitely. Can we have the second clue, please? His letter to the Mughal emperor, titled Zafarnama, details the emperor's crimes and the divine retribution that was sure to follow. And therein lie a couple of clues. And you're getting help, I can see, but it's very useful help.
Yes,
You're our
absolutely.
guinea pig, so you're allowed to take all the help you can.
Absolutely. I kind of know the answer now, but just to elaborate the rules of the games, I'd like to go for the third clue as well.
You'd like to go for the third clue, and here is your third clue. He established a warrior sect on Baisakhi Day in 1699, and that sect exists till this day.
Is this Guru Nanak? Guru Gobind?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
Guru Gobind Singh Ji, and he
yes!
set up Sikhism, of
I
course.
knew it
So,
from the first one.
right.
Thank you.
Okay, if you'd been a team, I wouldn't have given you a point because you said Guru Nanak first, and then Guru Gobind Singh Ji second. But that's fine.
I was showing
That's
how
fine.
it should not be done.
We can undo this and give you 5 points.
Okay, I'm good.
Right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, and that is our answer with his bird, the bars. Okay, and Neil, would you like to take on from this point?
Yes.
And Neil, you just have to read the questions out. So there is our first team. Our first team is Team Jubar, and here is your question.
Who is this man of letters?
Okay, first clue.
Nicknamed Nawab, he began life as a teacher, moved to Mumbai for a short while to work in the film industry.
Team Jubar, you want to think or do you want to ask for another clue?
We can go for the second clue.
Second clue? Okay,
Okey
second
dokey.
clue.
His first short story collection, titled, help me out,
Soze Watan.
Soze Watan, was banned by the British because of 4 stories that were found to be
Seditious. So
Seditious.
considered an act of sedition. We're talking about British India. Yes, Team Jubar, you want another clue?
We can go for the third.
Third clue, all right.
His real name was Dhanpat Rai Srivastava, and his
Audience, don't
best
know.
known works include
Godan and Gaban.
Is it Premchand?
Absolutely, Munshi Premchand.
very nice.
Okay. So as you can see, the third clue is almost always a giveaway, but nonetheless, it's not an easy beginning. So well done. You've opened your account already, Team Jawar. Well done, Neil.
Thank you.
Okay, for reading out such difficult names because each title is a title unto itself. Right. So, Neil,
Okay.
over to you for the second question.
Righto.
Okay, Tiger Hill, here is your second question.
Who is this great patriot? She was born
To Bhagirathi Sapre and Morpant Tambe.
and grew up in Banaras, as it was then known. Should we repeat the question?
Do you want a repeat of the question? Or do you want another clue?
We'll go for another clue.
Another clue, okay.
According to enemies, she was personable, clever, and beautiful, and the most dangerous of all Indian leaders.
So she had quite a
Most
reputation.
dangerous of all Indian leaders.
We'll go for another clue.
Another clue, okay.
Married to,
Gangadhar Rao Nevalkar.
she was martyred in the 1857 War of Independence.
It is Rani Lakshmi Bai.
It is absolutely Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi. Okay. Banaras was a clue because, as you know, she was also named Manikarnika, right? That was her name at birth. But nonetheless, that is the valiant Rani Lakshmi Bai. So, Neil,
Ji,
next question, Ji.
set.
Okay, Team Tutuk.
Who is this multifaceted man of industry?
First clue.
He was born in Paris to an Indian father and a French mother, who was the first woman to drive a car in India.
That's just Quizmaster trivia. It's not going to help you. But born in Paris to an Indian father and a French mother can help you.
We'll go for another clue.
Another clue. Okay, second clue, please.
In 1929, he became the first Indian to obtain a commercial pilot's license and started an airline which still exists. Oh, now I'm excited because oh, no. That's what brought us
So
here
every
today.
once in a while, as these clues unfold, we get a eureka moment. So I
Yes.
think you've got yours. Okay, Team Tultuk. Either answer now or we'll give you the third clue.
Yeah, let's give you the third clue.
अब पहले आप मत करिए. Speak. Come on.
We'll go for the third clue.
Okay, they'll go for the third clue. This is really playing safe. I think they know the answer, but nonetheless.
He was the head of one of India's largest industrial groups from 1938 to 1991.
Yes, Team Tultuk.
Moraji Tata.
Do you want to correct some part of your answer?
Jamshedji Tata.
Do you want to correct just a little more?
No clue other than that.
All right. So it is certainly Tata, but neither is it Morarji nor is it Jamshedji. Okay. This is J.R.D. Tata, so that his name was Jahangir. Okay. So for J.R.D. for the Tata, I think let's give them an applause
Yes,
because
yes.
they figured that much out. Okay, so Jamshedji Nasranji Tata was the other very well-known Tata, but this is JRD. So Aman, we can give them 3 points for Tata. Okay, and with that, last question, and this is to Team Tololing.
Who is this great monarch? Named
Arulmozhi, or Blessed Tongue, he became king because his older brother died under mysterious circumstances.
We would like a second clue.
A second clue, right.
he built the great
Brihadiswara temple,
at
Tanjore.
and conquered the Maldives.
we would like to answer.
Yeah.
Raja Raja Chola.
Raja Raja Chola is absolutely the right answer. That was a guess. It was a very good guess. Our third was an absolute giveaway clue, because the third clue was going to be that, you know, based on his life and times, was a very recent movie named Ponniyin Selvan, based on the works of Kalki Krishnaswamy. Okay, so Kalki Krishnamurti. So that was brilliant. So Team Tololing, you've opened your account with 10 points, which is more than all the others, but so many more questions to go that I think we have a great chance. Okay, so we will move straight on to the second round. Okay, Neil?
Yes.
Yeah. So the second round is called Theme Grid. And the reason it's called Theme Grid is that we're going to give you a grid with options which are based on themes. Okay? Questions will go, well, actually anti-clockwise, because the original one went clockwise. So this time, Team Jubar, you don't start. Team Tololing, you start. So you have the greatest choice of themes on the grid. If no answer comes from the teams, this is the part that goes into the audience. All right? And you'll get 10 points for the correct answer. And if you pass and somebody else gives a correct answer, on the pass, it is 7 points. But the first question, as always, is going to go to the audience. And I've already spoken to some students in the audience and told them you must volunteer for this. So this time, Siddhant isn't coming to your rescue. So here are your themes. So can we have a volunteer for the theme? Yep. Yep.
Should I read out the thing?
Environment. Nature and environment. So Aman, can you please play nature and environment? Okay, so I'm going to play a film clip. I want you to identify a film that won an Academy Award for Best Documentary Short Film, and also the name of a national park located in Tamil Nadu. So here's the film. Teams. All right, so can we cut that video, please? Great. So, and the park is? You don't know the park. Does anybody else want to guess the name of the park? Yeah. Mudu Malai. Well done. What's your name? Govind. Well done. Let's have a round of applause. And the great thing about being a member of the audience who gives out an answer is that you get chocolates. So here is Anshu. In fact, you can give out chocolates for the entire for their teammate, for the teammates as well. Siddhant, I owe you a chocolate. I knew you were going to ask for one, so I owe you a chocolate at the end of this. Right. So teams, all good? Okay. Team Tololing, here is your question, but you have to choose a subject from this grid.
We would choose history.
History. Okay, lovely. Here's your question on history. With which historic event would you associate this monument and flower? The monument is at where the historic event took place. The flower is a clue to the name of that place. And perhaps you have to understand that names of flowers can be different in different languages, and that's a clue for you. So, Tololing, do you want to go for this? Audience, I request you to, if you have some answers, maybe you can type it out for your friend or your neighbor. Okay. Plus 10 if you get the right answer. Just a moment. Okay.
No.
So the time that goes in a quiz is usually when the teams are stressed and have to think. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds, okay?
Shall we start the drum roll?
No, that's scary. Okay. Time up, Tololing. You have to give an answer right now. else it will pass to Tutuk.
Well, if this is a total guess, but yeah, this Gulmohar Marg. It is a total guess, most likely.
Okay, and what was the historic event?
This was most likely a place of important battle.
An important battle called the Gulmohar battle? Not very sure. Not very sure. So I will allow this question to pass. Tutuk, here is your chance to pick up 7 points. No further clues, but if you can recognize that flower, you've got the answer.
Is it parrot tree?
Is it the parrot tree?
Yeah.
Parrot is a bird.
No, there's a tree also.
There's a tree called the parrot tree. Okay, this is some homework that I need to do, but it's not the parrot tree. And what would the historic event be? Lots of parrots meeting at the monument. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't want to be mean at all. Okay, so Tutuk, that's not the right answer. Over to you, Tiger Hill. Okay, when questions pass, only 2 seconds. Okay, because you have much more time to think.
This is a total guess again, but I think the flower is Palash.
Okay, and therefore, what is the historic event?
No clue.
Okay, can we pass it to Jubar? Yes.
Is it related to Battle of Palasi?
Okay, I'm going to give 5 points each to Tiger Hill and Jubar. This is the Battle of Plassey. Plassey was named after the flower Palash. That was indeed the flower Palash. And Palash was Palashi because it was, the area had a lot of Palash trees. And the Battle of Plassey is something that all of you have done in school, right? Well guessed, both of you, and you pick up 5 points each because really, one was Palash and the other, the battle, of course, is not called Battle of Palashi. It's anglicized to Plassey. Well done. The last question, that was your question? Ning. That was your question. Oops, all right. There's 3 more questions to go. Everybody spoke, so I got confused. Tutuk, here is your question. You need to choose a theme. You can't take nature, you can't take a history. Right. Take something else.
Kargil War.
Kargil War. Let's have a round of applause for having picked up the Kargil War. Oops. Hang on. Aman.
Is this a revision so that we know that we get the answers? Yeah.
At the end of this, I'm going to ask this all over again to everybody. Yeah. All right. So, in early May 1999, which officer? Now, everybody in the audience knows this, so please don't prompt them. Of the 4th Jat Battalion. Yeah. Just realized that all the answers are here. Okay. Became the first Indian Army officer to observe and report large-scale intrusion of the Pakistani army and foreign mercenaries on the Indian side of the line of control at Kargil. And this is what, of course, sparked the war. Well?
Ma'am, we would like to go with Yogendra Singh.
I will have to allow that to pass. Yes, Team Tiger Hill.
Lieutenant Saurabh. This is a guess.
This is a guess. You know, people mostly, unless you're from the south of India like me, most people have a name and a surname. So you must give me, if you had to give me one, you need to give me a surname. And we're talking army here, so ideally, I also need their rank.
Lieutenant Saurabh Kalia.
All right, that is Lieutenant Saurabh Kalia. Well done. Okay. And with that, you pick up, this was on the pass, or was it? 7 points. All right. Well, they're calculating it all. Okay. So, Team Tiger Hill, you get 7 points, and you also get the next chance to choose.
Current affairs.
Current affairs. Fantastic. This this as a quizzer's choice to choose current affairs, because it's not something that they've learned centuries ago. It's something that they've been reading up regularly. Okay, so here is a question in two parts. Okay, Team Tiger Hill. There was a search and rescue operation undertaken by the Indian government to aid Syria and Turkey after the devastating February 2023 earthquakes in these locations. Okay, this was a joint rescue operation which involved the Indian Air Force as well as the Indian Army. Interestingly, and the reason I've included this question is that the Indian Army, and that is specifically Captain Karan Singh and Subedar PG Sapre, also developed a tracking module. Now this is where technology is married into army operations, okay, because we are now the 21st century and this is an example of technology being used for very useful things, okay, and this is to help track soldiers and any other assets in real time during military operations, okay, and this was used in this rescue mission. So what is this tracking system called? So first you have to tell me the name of the operation and then the tracking system.
The name of the operation is Operation Madal, and I think the tracking system is called K9.
Okay, that was very, very smartly said, but unfortunately it's the incorrect answer. So I'm going to ask you to pass it to Team Juba.
For the first part, the answer is Operation Dost.
Okay.
And for the second part, I think it's Nisar for the tracking system.
Okay, I'm going to give you 5 points for Operation Dost. It is indeed Operation Dost. Interestingly, the word Dost means friend even in Turkish. So that's quite an incredible thing. Okay, and the question now passes to you, Team Tolulink. A guess is as good as anything. Yeah? Make a guess. You have 2 seconds to go. 2, 1. All right, give an answer or I pass it. Pass it. Tultuk, what's your answer?
No clue about that.
No clue about the answer. And this is where, audience, you get a chance to hazard a guess.
Right.
You could have Googled as well because you have those.
Those tracks.
Yeah, as an audience member, you have everything at your disposal as long as you get the answer. Yes. What is this system?
Ma'am, the tracking system is known as a Sanchar.
It is absolutely the right answer. Can we give him a chocolate for his efforts? So that is Operation Dost, and the tracking system, of course, is Sanchar. And these are the two gentlemen who developed that tracking module together. Brilliant answer. Which school are you from, Bache?
Ma'am, DPS Faridabad.
DPS Faridabad. Brilliant. Thank you so much for the answer. That brings us to the last question of this round. Team Jubar. Okay, we're back to this. Okay, pick a theme, Team Jubar, and may we function better on tech. Okay.
We will go for geography.
Geography. Let's have a question on geography. All right, where exactly is India's only active volcano situated? It last erupted in 1991, which for some of us, oldies, is not very long back, but for you, of course, it's well before you were born.
So, ma'am, the answer is Barren Island.
Barren Island, and where is it?
In India, near Andaman and Nicobar.
It is in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Barren Island is a well-answered question. Brilliant, Team Jubar. You pick up 10 beautiful points there, direct to you. And that brings us to the next round, which is a round called Wipeout. Okay? Wipeout gives you a lot of options to get points, but it's also therefore tricky because you know you don't have to give one answer, you have to give 6. However, here you again choose themes like we gave you a theme grid, we give you a choice of theme that you like. Once you've chosen your theme, you need to identify 6 correct answers on a grid of 9, which match the thing we're asking. So if it's history, or if it's, let's say if it's geography, I might ask you, identify state capitals in this list of 9 cities. Okay, and there will be 6 state capitals and 3 answers that are incorrect. But to make sure that everybody is clear, let's run a dummy round for our audience. And audience, of course, you get to pick up some chocolates as well as some applause. So who's going for this? Wipeout? Can we have a volunteer? Yes! All right. So can we have a mic taken to her, please? Please introduce yourself and tell me which school you're from.
Ma'am, I am Arohi from Alcon International, Delhi, Mayur Vihar.
Okay, so that's Alcon International and you are Arohi. Okay,
Yes.
Arohi, choose a topic.
Ma'am, language and literature.
Language and literature. Okay, beautiful. And your statement is to identify, your job is to identify languages on the Indian currency note. Every Indian currency note has a list of languages, right? The same thing is said in various languages and scripts. Which are the 6 in this set that feature on the note?
Ma'am, Sanskrit.
Sanskrit. Can we see if Sanskrit is a correct answer? Yes?
Ma'am, Urdu.
Urdu. Again, yes.
Ma'am, Sindhi.
Sindhi. Oops, that's an incorrect answer because Sindhi does not feature in the currency note, although there are plenty of Sindhis in India.
Ma'am,
Yes?
Odia.
Oriya. And it's the right answer.
Ma'am, Kashmiri.
Kashmiri.
I'm not sure about. Okay.
Oh, you don't, you know, even if you guess, sometimes a guess is
Yes,
because it's your gut feel.
Yes, ma'am.
Follow it. Last choice for you. One more.
I'm not sure, but.
Hazard a guess. Take help from your teammates. Quickly, Arohi, we need to start the round.
Ma'am, Santali.
Santali.
I don't know.
Santali, I'm afraid, is an incorrect answer. The correct answers here were Nepali and Konkani. So it's strange, Nepali being
Ma'am,
the language
Nepali
in Nepal.
is like not really a part of India.
Yes, but Nepali is spoken by a lot of people who live in India and it features. So go back or fish out a currency note from your pocket and you will see the list of languages. Okay, so of course English and Hindi are there, but those were too obvious. Thank you very much, Arohi. You get 4 correct answers. All right.
In a world of GPay, this is a great way to understand what is what. Everything is UPI now.
Everything is UPI, but yeah, well, the currency note still has value. I'm sure somebody has some currency notes in a purse or in a pocket, right? Okay, you have it. There we are. There we are. We're still in the offline world.
Give.
Yeah. He'll GPay it to you. Oh no, keep it. Right, so that topic has now been wiped out from Wipeout. So we will play this again in clockwise manner. Neil, would you like to take over?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Yeah. So, Team Jubar.
We'd like to go for current affairs.
Current affairs. Okay. You have to identify 6 of
these
the
G20 nations.
Okay.
Brazil.
Let's try Brazil.
All right.
Yes, that's the right
Yes,
answer.
yes.
Republic of Korea.
Nice.
Italy. Turkey. Spain.
Oops. It's okay. One more choice. One more answer.
Indonesia.
And that is the right answer. And they pick up fantastic 25 points out of a possible 30. Okay, but that's since you got one incorrect answer, that then goes down to 20. Okay, so Aman, we've got our score. Great. So well done, Team Jubar. Next.
We'll take history.
History coming up.
Okay.
Participated in 1857 War of Independence.
Veer Kuhar Singh. Begum Hazrat Mahal. Tatya Tope. Nana Sahib, Rani Chennamma.
How many more?
Bhagwan Birsa Munda.
Also an incorrect answer, I'm afraid. And so the remaining out of the correct answers, we had Bakht Khan and Babu Amar Singh. Okay, so those were your correct answers. Never mind, 4 out of 6. Well done. Okay.
How many categories left? All right.
2, yeah, well, plenty of categories, but 2 more teams.
What do you
We'll go with culture.
Culture.
Culture vultures.
Culture vultures. Okay.
UNESCO World Heritage Sites in India.
Rani Ki Vav.
Well begun.
Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus. Rock shelters of Bhimbetka. Fatehpur Sikri. Sun Temple Kanak. The Jantar Mantar Jaipur.
And that's brilliantly done. So fantastic, Team Tutuk, and you have just maxed this round. Well done. And that leaves us with 1 more team and 5 more subjects.
There's business, environment, millets, Indian Army, science
Environment.
and
Environment. Okay, here's environment for you. And here we do, instead of heritage sites, heritage but in a different style, natural heritage sites.
Mom, first Nanda Devi and the
Into the mic.
Nanda Devi and the Valley of Flowers.
Nanda Devi and the Valley of Flowers. Yep.
Kaziranga.
Kaziranga.
Mom, Sundarbans.
Sundarbans. Good.
Corbett.
Corbett is an incorrect answer. Never mind. 2 more choices.
Mom, Kana.
Kanha. Also incorrect. And you have 1 more.
Mom, Manas.
Manas. The Manas National Park. And that's a correct answer. So you missed out. You missed out Kevla Dev and, okay, I didn't see that, but anyway. So nonetheless, you missed out Kevla Dev and the Western Ghats, which are one of the richest areas on earth for biodiversity. So that was environment. And I think that brings us to our last round, which is all in my hands. So each team, you have to nominate 1 player, and I believe you've already done so, all of you. And the player will get 30 seconds to answer a maximum of 5 questions. No questions will pass, okay, naturally. I mean no pass in the sense it won't pass across teams.
Right.
And you have some questions. Yes. It's you who's going to play? Okay. So I'm going to stand in the middle at this point. Aman, when you're ready, we will start the timer. So I will read out the first question. The moment I finish reading the first question, that is when you start the timer. Just click on the timer slide and it will go. But before that, I'd like 1 person to play, as always, an audience round of the rapid fire. So can I request someone to volunteer, please? All right, our volunteers are volunteering all over again. So can we have a mic, please, given to her? Right, please introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ripangna Deka, and I'm from Army Public School, Shankar Vihar.
All right, let's have a round of applause. Right, so this is our dummy. So, Aman, are you going to play the timer behind me? Yes. Okay. So, the timer will go after I finish reading out the first questions. There's a total of 5 possible questions. If you think you're blanking out, ask me to pass, I can always come back to that question later. All right? Okay. So here goes your set of 5 questions. Which event, held 17 times thus far, was first organized in 1951-52 in India?
I'll pass that question.
Okay. Which grenadier, a part of the leading team of Ghatak platoon tasked to capture Tiger Hill, was honored with a Paramveer Chakra?
Honorary Captain Yogendra Singh Yadav.
And he's with us. Well done. Which Indian missile's name is created from the names of 2 rivers, one Indian and the other Russian?
Which Indian satellite?
It's a missile.
Oh, okay, it's a missile. I would pass that question.
Okay. Which then Havildar in the 13 J&K Rifles was honored with the Paramveer Chakra for his role in recapturing point 4875?
Last question.
I think it's Subedar Major Sanjay Kumar.
And that is the right answer. All right. And time ran out. So you've got 2 answers correct. The 2 that you passed, the event that's been held 17 times thus far, are the general elections in India. And the first time that was held was in 1951-52. The Indian missile, whose name comes from 2 rivers, one Indian and one Russian, is BrahMos, okay, from Brahma, from the Brahmaputra and the Moskva River in Moscow.
May I interrupt with one question? During this round, if you start your question and the time is up, can we complete that question?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Thank you
because
for
that's
asking
exactly
me
what
that.
happened.
Yes. So if I start reading out a question and the time runs out, I'll finish reading it and give you the chance to answer. The 5th question, which I never asked you, was, well, never mind that. Maybe we can ask that right at the end as an extra surplus question to the audience. Okay, so are we good? Yes. So this time we will go anti-clockwise. So we start with you, Team Jubail, right? To my left. And are you ready? Which of you is going to play this? You are. All right. So audience, I'm going to request you not to clap, not to prompt, and because the 30 seconds are very precious, we can clap at the end of the 30 seconds. All right? Because that will save us some time. Yes? Okay. Ready? All right. Here's your first question. Which Indian freedom fighter and reformer was known as Punjab Kesari?
Bhagat Singh.
Incorrect. Which rescue and relief operation was carried out by Indian Armed Forces after the 2015 Nepal earthquake?
Pass.
The August Kranti Rajdhani Express starts from Delhi and terminates in which city?
Pass.
Which Palampur war hero uttered the iconic line Ye Dil Mange More after successfully recapturing point 5140?
Captain Vikram Batra.
Correct. Which long-lived author wrote Train to Pakistan?
It's your last question.
Okay.
Arundhati Roy.
That isn't Arundhati Roy. She's still alive, by the way. So, the first answer was Lala Lajpat Rai. Okay. The second, for the operation carried out for the 2015 Nepal earthquake was Operation Maitri. The August Kranti Express starts from Delhi and terminates in Mumbai. And the Palampur hero, of course, was Captain Vikram Batra. And the long-lived author who wrote Train to Pakistan, audience, was Khushwant Singh, okay, who died shortly before his 100th birthday. But well done, okay, your points have been scored and you put 2 answers correct. Okay, this is extremely stressful. Don't get so stressed, okay? I will repeat questions if we have time at the end. So, rapid fire set 2, and this is for Team Tiger Hill. You're going to play this?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're cool and calm and collected under stress?
Not really.
Okay, we will see. Right, and we begin. Which great lawyer and freedom fighter was known as Desh Bandhu?
Pass.
Which monument is featured on the new rupees 20 currency note?
Pass.
Who has written the Booker Prize winning book Tomb of Sand or Ret Samadhi?
Pass.
The Steel Express begins from Howrah. Where does it terminate? From Howrah to?
Pass.
Which officer of the 11 Gorkha Rifles was honored posthumously with the Paramveer Chakra for his courage that led to the retaking of Khalubar?
That's the last question.
Okay, and have we run out of time? All right. So, sorry you didn't get any points on that, but the great lawyer and freedom fighter who is known as Deshbandhu was Chittaranjan Das, of course, the monument that features on the rupees 20 note are the Ellora Caves, in particular the Kailasa Temple. The person who has won the Booker Prize for writing Tomb of Sand, originally in Hindi as Ret Samadhi, was Geetanjali Shri. The Steel Express, and that should have given you the clue, it starts from Howrah and it ends at Jamshedpur, the Steel City. And the officer of the 11 Gorkha Rifles was Captain Manoj Pandey. Okay, so that brings us to our third round. It's all right, you've picked up a lot of points. The chances are that you're doing really
Round
well.
of applause.
So let's give him a round of applause. It's much easier for me with the answers, of course, but it's also much easier for you as the audience because you're not under that kind of pressure. So the pressure is on, my friend. Which of you is going to play? Anurag is going to play. Anurag, you have a set of 5 questions and it begins now. In which Union territory did the Indian Armed Forces carry out relief operations after the 2017 cyclone called Okhi? What title did the social reformer Jyotiba Phule share with M.K. Gandhi? In which sector are the Jubar Heights recaptured by Indian troops on 17 July 1999? Which sector? The Akal Takht Express begins from Kolkata. Where does it terminate? All right, time was up. Sorry about that. So the Union territory in which the Indian Armed Forces carried out relief operations after the cyclone Okhi was Lakshadweep. The title shared by Jyotiba Phule and Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. And I almost said Mahatma myself, but that was of course Mahatma, so he was Mahatma Gandhi that we know, but also Mahatma Phule. In which sector are the Jubar Heights? And that's Batalik, and that is connected of course to Kargil. The Akal Takht Express starts at Kolkata and ends at Amritsar, so the Akal Takht should have given you that clue. And the last question that I'm going to throw it to the audience, who wrote the 2008 book, The White Tiger? Adiga, Arvind Adiga was the right answer. I should be strewing chocolates to all of you, but well done. Give yourselves a round of applause, audience. And the last, you're going to play it as well? Okay, so the gentlemen have taken over this round entirely. So, right. So, Deep, here is your set of 5 questions under rapid fire. The Coromandel Express begins in Howrah. Where does it terminate?
Ma'am, Madras.
Correct. Which organization, founded in 1960, has built over 55,000 kilometers of road in frontier areas?
BRO.
Correct. Which battle led to the recapture of points 5140 and point 4875 of a peak which dominates over the national highway linking Srinagar and Leh?
The battle in Dras.
Which monument is featured on the new 200 rupee currency note?
Ma'am,
time
Answer.
up. Okay,
Answer.
so a little bit of divine retribution there. If you
Did you
just
have an
looked at your team name, the answer to the battle that led to the recapture of these 2 points was the Battle of Tololing. Okay, and the monument that features on the 200 rupee currency note is? Anybody has a 200 rupee currency note? Sanchi Stupa is the right answer there. And you all might think, somebody I thought whispered it, but anyway. And the last question was again about literature, so let me throw it to the audience. And I'll give you a chocolate if you raise your hand and give me an answer. And that is, who wrote the book Midnight's Children? Okay, lots of people have answered, so all the chocolates are for you. Okay, so that is of course Salman Rushdie, and that was a tribute question to the Independence Day that we've had, because it's based on a lot of children being born at the stroke of the midnight hour, literally in 1947, a magical realism. Anyway, that is just my personal choices. But, well, we've come to the end of the quiz. So children, you can now heave a sigh of relief. Everybody has done really, really well. Okay, this was the inauguration quiz. I can promise you that there will be much more excitement. You can, of course, participate in forthcoming events of this quiz competition. It's a mega quiz competition. I would like to invite all the members of the audience who are from schools to please register and take part, because there's much more excitement along these lines, but with better things, I think, included as we go up in this event. Okay, so students, may I request you to move to the side right now, and we will set the table we'll set the stage for the prize distribution and the scores. All right? Yes, perhaps you can get I think all of this can be removed. Maybe a couple of cordless mics will have to be given for the, but all right, can we just have all this paraphernalia removed? Yes, Neil, you have to stay.
Yes. Learning quite a bit.
Seema, thank you so much for that wonderful, wonderful quiz. You truly are a very good grandmaster. And I can admit for Neil and me that I didn't know most of those answers. Did you?
No, this is my higher education.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I got this part.
Just a reminder that the quiz is for all schools across India, not just the Army Public Schools.
Absolutely.
Over here we had close access to the Army Public Schools, but this is inviting everybody across 730. How many districts are there in India?
762 that we are targeting.
760. Wow, that is a mammoth operation. And what is really also good is that so many questions about the army were asked, and I didn't know the answers, and I feel this is a great medium where all the great things that the army does is exposed to our civilians, so we have more knowledge and awareness of the great battles and the other victories that the Indian Army does make.
Certainly. And, it is also a fact, the ladies and gentlemen who are associated with the army would of course know about this, but for those who have come from schools and for the press, it's important to know that the Indian Army also does a lot, has played a great role in, the building of the nation that is India today. And we are going to, ensure that those are celebrated through this quiz, and knowledge is the first step, of course, to doing, great things. So I hope these children, and through them, all of us, come to know of some of these achievements. So thank you very much. Do I have the scores? Is someone bringing me the scores?
If the scores will take time, should we move on?
I think the scores are almost there.
Oh, we live in the instant zamana. Can we get a big round of applause for our hosts for the quiz? They've done fantastic.
Absolutely, Neil. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure. Okay. Because Neil very, very sportingly agreed to conduct the quiz, although he had not set it, which is a very scary thing. But then you're an actor. So I thought that
you did a very bad job acting this morning.
No, you just had to be yourself, and I think that was fantastic. So it's not, it is, each of us has a little arsenal, pardon the pun here, but things that we learn over the years. So Neil, I thought, to be able to conduct a quiz where the lines are just thrown at you, it's quite an incredible achievement. Thank you.
But to sort of, you have a team that puts together the entire content and your topics, and that's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but it's the most fun work in the world, to read up things and discover things that you always probably either took for granted, or you have these moments where like, oh my God, I had no idea. Right. Okay, so that is these are great moments. It's one of those highs that
there's something about a quiz that always just it's got the right amount of anxiety and the right amount of like liveliness. There's a lot of emotions going on, even if you're present.
Yes, because it's something where you find yourself willing the participant to give out an answer. So I could see that in today's audience. So before we have the scores, I'd like to, the scores are here. Lovely.
Garma garam.
Okay. Give me their names now.
The microphone needs to be closer.
Okay, that was one, is it?
while the scores are being tallied, I just want to remind everybody that this is one of the few, at least this is first Army event for me that you're actually allowed to take your phones out, click videos, take pictures. So please do that, spread the word. The handles are over there on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. There are also these thank you so much, sir. There are also these badges which are being given out, which are out in a bowl. Hi, hello, badge, very good, thank you. Badges which please I request all of you all to take one, wear it very proudly. It says Battle of Minds, and spread this message of the quiz, because we want as many schools, as many students, as many parents, as many people to watch and spread the message of this great initiative by the Indian Army.
All right. So I have the scores here. So I'm sure the schools, students, various people, all those who normally regularly take part in quizzes must have been keeping score alongside. So we did have two separate teams scoring. I'm going to announce the winners of the quiz. So do we need a stage? We need an announcement. All right, and to give out the prizes?
Can we call on stage Mrs. Pandey, please, the president of AWA? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Since we have the wonderful drummers with us, can we also play a drum roll when the prizes? That would be a sound effects at sort. Wow, Colonel Bhatia, thank you so much, sir.
Just mind the front because that's got a morning.
Okay. So I'm going to call you by your team name. I don't remember anymore which APS you're from. So when you come up on stage, I'm going to tell you. All right. So the final positions, all of you get prizes, by the way. So it doesn't matter even if you've come fourth. You've had very little time to prepare for this quiz. So I'm really, impressed by your earlier, obviously your prior preparation that helped you give so many beautiful answers. As expected, nobody has gone out on a duck here. So in fourth position, we have the team Tololing with 31 points. Can we have team Tololing please come up on stage?
Sir, can we have the drum roll, please? Drum roll? No? Only for uniformed people?
Yes.
They're also wearing uniform.
Yeah. All right. So, which APS is this? Noida. APS Noida was Team Tololing, and they get it. I think you can stand there because ma'am is going to give you the prize.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. No worries, no worries. Go back. Just.
Whoa, I think what is other than the flower? What do you have, Deep? What is there in your hand? Is that an iPad?
It's a tab.
It's a tablet.
Yes.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Wow. The Indian Army, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Budget बढ़ गया है. Wow.
They each get one, right? Yeah, each of you. It's not like one gets the roses
right.
and the other one gets the.
Yeah,
each one gets a tab.
You have to divide the week and use the tab. No.
So each student gets a tab.
Yes.
Can we have a round of applause, please?
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah. And can we all stand around
Stand.
so then a picture can be taken? Okay, keep the bouquet a little lower so your faces can be shown.
Yeah, and 20 years later, you will see this photograph and feel emotional.
All right.
Thank
well
you.
done.
Thank you.
APS Noida, thank you for coming. All right. In third position, with just 2 points more than them, are the team Tuk Tuk. So team Tuk Tuk, please come up on stage.
Seema, can I trade in my chocolate for a tab, please?
Okay.
The drummers agree.
Tell you what, I'll give you a bouquet of flowers.
No, tab is better.
The tab is better. Okay, we need to negotiate
Okay.
this. A huge round of applause. Which school, which APS are you? Delhi Can. So this is Army Public School, Delhi Can. Very well done, kids. Okay.
For the press.
And let's just pose quickly for the picture.
I think they
Oh,
got
good.
it. Come back.
Right. We are in the need of hyper documentation, you see. So without a picture, it's not happened. All right. Thank you so much. APS Delhi Cant. Any guesses? Okay, I'm not going to keep the suspense any further. In second position, just 5 points more than the third position, with 38 points, was Team Tiger Hill. Okay, that the drum roll was so fantastic, the audience needs to clap to match it. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, what a fabulous nuance to also observe is that chivalry in the army is really taught, and you'd notice that the girl student is presented with the bouquet of flowers first, and then the boy follows. So,
right. Which school are you? So let the audience know. Okay, that is APS Shankar Vihar in second position. Very well done, APS Shankar Vihar. And with that, the top team for today was Team Jubar, which is APS Dholakua, am I right? Yes? Come up on stage.
Well done.
And they win by an astounding 59 points, which is almost, yeah, it's more than 20 points ahead of their next competitor, so they were really well.
these boxes look a little bigger, Seema.
Yes.
What's going on there?
Yes. You negotiated for a tab, right?
Yeah.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
Is that an iPad?
Okay, and this they get an iPad though. Right?
Wow. The first place winners get an iPad. That is incredible.
Can everybody stand a little so that we
catch the light?
we centralize ourselves a little bit? Should we
folks,
step up
for a
for the
little
light? Yeah.
Come up ahead, please.
Yeah. Ideally, we should have done this for everybody, but anyway.
Congratulations. Now a little. Now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Volunteerism is not dead, and we always give something for that. So can we have
Yes, thank
some-
you. Finally, I'm being recognized.
Can we have a, a token of appreciation for our two ushers? Siddhant, the tabs are all running out, I can tell you, huh?
I'm keeping a tab on it, don't worry.
Okay. They've worked very hard since morning, so thank you very much. And with that, I think we are done with our prize distribution this
Yes.
morning. Siddhant, you want to take over?
Yes, I would. Thank you so much. Please give a big round of applause to Mrs. Manoj Pandey and Mrs. Punappa for gracing the stage and giving away the prizes. A big round of applause for Seema and Neil as well for doing a fantastic job. Can you please escort the ladies off the stage? Thank you. Thank you so much. Congratulations, guys. Well done.
Right.
Excellent, excellent,
you.
Seema.
Thank you,
Thank you
Siddhant.
so much.
Thank
Neil,
you, ladies and gentlemen.
fantastic. How was that quiz, mock quiz? How do you feel about that? Was that good? Very good? Fantastic. More. How's that? Principals? Excellent. Yeah? Are you all going to get your schools to participate? Are you going to get other schools around you all to tell them to participate? We need more participation. And you can see what amazing gifts are being given. iPads. That's not the army I belong to. I'm very happy to see this. This is the new army. This is the army that we want everybody in India to know about. This is the awareness that we want to spread about the Indian Army. We have youngsters over here. Hello, Major and Captain. How are you all doing? Yes? Usually, you know, when I was the old army, which I was there, the captains and the majors hardly spoke anything in such a major gathering with so many generals over here. How are you all feeling? Very good. Do you like the concept of this quiz which your seniors have come up with? Yes. I also believe that I do understand that there is now a shortage of officers joining up, and hopefully this would also propagate and get these students to join up in the army. Deep, my friend, you are fantastic. Are you going to join the army? Probably. Maybe, probably. You look at how smart they look in the uniforms. Just for that, I would have joined the army. All right, I'd like to call upon the Director General Ceremonial, General Shekhawat, to please come and give us a thank you speech, ending note. General Shekhawat is a colonel of the regiment of the Mech Infantry as well. If I may ask a request, sir. There is, in Bombay, there is this very popular road called Carter Road. And all the youngsters get their fanciest cars coming up over there. I was just wondering if I could take a BMP for test drive over there. And, you know, just take a left and go into the sea and show the amphibious nature of a BMP. Possible for a test ride, sir?
I think we can do it for you.
Oh, wow! Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks, Siddhant.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Seema, for this exhilarating round of quiz. Difficult, I would say. At least for me, like Siddhant said. Well, on behalf of the Chief of Army Staff and all officers present here, I would like to thank you all for supporting us in our ambitious enterprise of the Indian Army Quiz. It is yet another contribution of the Indian Army for nation development and shaping our young minds of the country. And we also look forward to your support to make this Indian Army Quiz a big success. We would like to thank the officials representing the education boards and the respective heads of departments of the education branch who have come here taking out time from the busy schedule. And we seek your endorsements to make our venture a success. Our special thanks to the principals of the schools who have come from all over the country to grace this occasion, and we seek your support and active participation in the Indian Army Quiz. To the students present here who participate in the quiz, and those of the children who are watching us live on the YouTube, our message is very clear. Grab this opportunity and participate in the Indian Army Quiz. This is for you, and this is for the Kargil Vijay Rajat Jayanti Samaroh or Vash that we have. Be inspired by the valor of our children and participate in this battle of minds. We thank our friends from the media and the press for covering this event, and we seek your influence to take our initiative to each district in the country, to each school, each home, to each parent, and to each student to support and take part in the Indian Army Quiz. I wholeheartedly thank the two Paramveer Chakras who have graced this occasion. We are very honored for your presence. Our celebrities, our two celebrities, Siddhant and Neil, who've been excellent, and our compares, and our Quizmaster Seema, who's been outstanding today, and who have added flourish to our event, and also to our senior veterans to keep guiding us in our endeavors to shape the mind of our young children and for the India for tomorrow. In the end, I'd like to thank our supporting partners, Vikram and the ARB Enterprises, Times of India Group, Teach India, to take our endeavor across the entire spectrum of the country. Indica Media Quizzing with Seema and the quizzing solutions they provide, Innobles and TechSmart solutions for these technology they provide, Publicis and the MSL for the publicity and the outreach they provide, and also the EVIS who have been supporting in this entire adventure of this new step we have taken. Once again, all of you, a big thank you for creating this defining moment. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Jai Hind. Thank you so much, General Shekhawat. May I request everybody to stand up for the national anthem now. This was part of the quiz. Which song was playing? Jai, Jai, Jai. Thank you for that war cry. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The event has come to a fantastic end. I just want to point out that the foyer outside is serving lunch. I'd also like to tell my fellow media professionals that please do come back after lunch, and in case any questions you all want to ask the Army about this quiz, they'll be happy to answer those. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Jai Hind to all. And you all can also take photographs, students, principals, everybody. You can take photographs with our heroes, our Paramveer Chakra holders, our other hero, Neil Bopalam, if he can grace. And there's a photo booth over there with everybody, with even the army band who's been playing outside and sitting in the sun. Only the army band would do that. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.